Can Celtic build on the success of the summer transfer window of 2019-20? Well, we had a lot of good signings, a couple of duds as well, but it's a big question to pose as we head into the new season and a new transfer window. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I posed the question in the introduction there just before I can't remember now if I said ladies and gentlemen welcome back to the channel twice. If I did, you're twice as lucky today, viewers. Today I'm going to be talking about the transfers that we made last season. I'm going to be talking about them and the success that we had throughout the season with those players that we did sign, and some of the downfalls, and what we should be looking to do and what we should be learning from last season as we head into the transfer window of the 2020-21 season. Now, a lot of people will be expecting a Football Manager video today. Don't worry, it'll be back tomorrow, but I really want to do a talking video. Let's talk about Celtic. Let's get everybody involved, not just the people who like to watch gaming videos. You know, last season was a transfer window which was really important because we went into that transfer window with this kind of mindset, and we can't lie about it. Let's be honest, Celtic fans. A lot of people weren't happy that Neil Lennon was given the job on a permanent basis. Of course, we have changed our minds on that now. We are forever grateful at the decision, but it was big because we were just coming off the back of losing Brendan Rodgers as manager. And, you know, a lot of things had changed in the backroom team as well. You know, we've seen a change in personnel from head to toe within the whole team. So it was really a fascinating time and a fascinating window to go through. And Neil Lennon was really going to change the recruitment process from what we had seen the previous 3 years under Brendan Rodgers. There was no denying that was always going to happen. So Lennon came in, and, you know, Lennon's history of transfers was a bit mixed. You know, on one hand, you've got the manager who went out and signed the likes of Virgil van Dijk and Victor Wanyama and, you know, such and such. But then on the other hand, you had the manager who signed the likes of Amido Balde. So, you know, did he actually sign Balde? I want to check that in case I publish this, and then everybody in the comments is want to correct me. Neil Lennon did sign Amido Balde, so there we go. Just wanted to make sure. So it was a really fascinating transfer window to go into. We didn't know what we were exactly going to get. We knew the areas we had to improve on. We just seen some names leave the club. The big standout one was the gap at the back with Dedrick Boyata leaving. We knew we had to bring in a centre half. We knew Kieran Tierney was leaving after that he signed a deal with Arsenal, so we had to get a left back. It was a very big window, especially defensively, and the Rangers fans thought they were going for 55. So we had to, I mean, they say that every year, don't they? So we had to make some decent signings, and by golly, did we? I think, especially with Neil Lennon coming in and the amount of criticism he received for perhaps looking at you've seen all the rumours, and we signed Fraser Forster on loan. That was a bit later in the window, but you've seen the rumours. You know, there was rumours floating about that he was looking at the likes of, you know, Gary Hooper and Joe Ledley and such and such. You know, well, is he just going to try and get the old gang back together? We want to move forward, not backwards. So there was a bit of concern around about there, but I can honestly say that, judging off of last season's transfer window, things were spot on. I'm going to quickly fly through the players, give them a rating, and then we'll talk about next season, because, do you know what? I think Neil Lennon deserves a lot of credit, and he's obviously his scouting team, his head of recruitment, everybody involved at the club. It deserves a lot of credit for the signings we did make last season. Now, as I said, there is a few duff ones. There's ones that we don't even want to speak about, and there's a couple who have yet to have really a chance in the team as well. But in general, look at the success we've had throughout the season, and a lot of it coming down to the signings we made, whether it's loan, permanent, free, whatever. We did do really good business last summer. So as I say, I'm going to fly through this very quickly, because the whole point of the video isn't to be rating the players of last season. The point is to be looking on what we're building for in this transfer window coming. But this will make a large portion of the video an actual thing. First off, Hatem Abdelhamed. I mean, if I have to give the guy a rating, it's a solid B, I would say, in terms of signing quality. I know I've done a video where I rated every player's season, and I think I gave Alamed a B in that as well. But in terms of signing, no, do you know what? In terms of signings, I'm going to give this an A. I think it's a fantastic signing for someone who was signed right at the start, and I'm not going to lie about it. When we did sign him, I was thinking to myself, well, here we go. We're signing players in the middle of nowhere, know nothing about, blah, blah, blah. But it seems Celtic get their best players from doing that. Neil Lennon's proved that in the past. We got the best out of Emilio Zagiri, Victor Wanyama, Van Dijk, all these players. He's just plucked out of nowhere. Of course, the odd Amido Balde comes out. But Hatem Abdelhamed, before he got injured, absolute rock of a defender. The tackle at Ibrox, everything. I think he looks fantastic, and it'll be good to see him back to full fitness whenever he can. In terms of the signings this season, I would give it an A. I genuinely would. Greg Taylor from Kilmarnock. I think we're going to sit at In terms of a signing a B, do you know what? I'm going to give it a B, and a lot of people will disagree with me because he hasn't maybe been the highest of quality that we would have liked. Maybe we expect him to be a bit better, but he's still very young, 22 years of age, I believe, and 22, 23, and he's got a lot to progress, and he's still showed a lot of positives in his game as well. I think, yes, that we have to... One thing I've criticised about that kind of area in the field with him and Bolingoli is I feel like we need them to be a bit stronger, a bit more physical, rather than just full of pace and maybe attacking sort of benefits. We need a little bit of physicality in there, so maybe beef him up, you know, do a Tierney. Tierney put on the beef, didn't he? Let's do that with Taylor, and we've got the new KT in there. I'd give it a B. Bolingoli, I'd give a C. I think that there has been far more negatives than positives shown in Bolingoli's game, but there definitely is potential there as well. I think Bolingoli is someone who myself has been incredibly harsh on, but I would say that yes, he's a young guy as well. I still believe there's a lot more potential in Greg Taylor, though, right now, at the current moment in time. But Bolingoli can definitely change that. Plus, we did spend quite a decent sum of money on Bolingoli. I think it was around £4 million. So, in terms of spending that money, I don't think we got that amount of quality out of last season. So, I'd give it a C. Patrick Klimala, let's just give it a big fat F just now, because he's done nothing. He's played like twice, so, and that was in January. Christopher Jullien, what a double plus, isn't it? If you're going with the American system, A double plus. What a signing! He has been, you know, arguably up there for Player of the Year. Of course, Odds and Edouard walked away with that, but Jullien is one of the options. He is one of the front runners in that conversation. I mean, he has been a rock. He's been a goal scorer. He's been everything that we need him to be. And for someone, once again, who was heavily criticised when signed, actually, a lot of people were saying he's going to get Prova Dafty. He wasn't actually that good at Toulouse. It wasn't going to be all that we thought for that sum of money. Well, they were wrong, because he has been the best defender in the country by, you know, miles this year, and I don't see that dropping off anytime soon. The man gets it, he's passionate, he's just a fantastic player. And it was easily, in terms of permanent signings, the best that we made last season. There's no doubt about that. We also made the little signings throughout there, of course, of Luca Connell, Liam Butt, Leo Helge, I think it is, from Rosenborg, and we got Jonathan Afolabi as well. A few players in and out there, but we're just going to go through the ones who have been involved. Fraser Forster, a big A plus as well for him. I mean, well, would we be without him? An incredible goalkeeper. Probably wasn't for him, we would have won the League Cup. Moritz Bauer, I mean, an F as well. Absolutely hopeless. One of the worst players I've probably seen at Celtic in my lifetime. And he'll probably go back to Stoke without ever considering a move to Celtic again. And finally, Mohamed El Yunusi, I would give a B. I think a fantastic player, just sadly been out with injuries here and there this season that hold him back. And Jeremy Frimpong, an A. I mean, a player like that at that age, for absolutely no money at all, basically, is a steal, a bargain. So, aye, that is fantastic. That is how I'd rate the players of the summer window last year. So what does it let us take away, and what does it mean we work on for going into this transfer window? Well, this is what I would say. Trust in Neil Lennon, trust in the coaching team, and trust in the recruitment team as well. I think there was a big lack of it last summer, and we were all guilty of it, myself included. And yes, there is reasons for that, I suppose, but I think what the signings that we made last season shown was Neil Lennon isn't walking into this job, and the rest of them aren't walking into this job by luck. They aren't walking into this job without a clue in the world, and, you know, just trying to pick out, you know, areas that they think may or may not work. They have got a clue. They know what they're doing, and that I know it might sound ridiculous for me to say. Of course they have a clue, because we're on the sorry for clapping, we're on the verge of winning the treble. But like at this point last season, when it came to transfers, I don't think we expected that much. What we expected was for Peter Lawwell to get the money out of the pocket. We just didn't know where it would go. We didn't know what we were getting, and that was seen in a lot of the transfers. No one knew who Bolingoli was. Nobody knew who Abdelhamid was. Nobody probably knew who the likes of Jeremy Frimpong was. So I mean, I never heard of Frimpong in my life. We didn't have anything to expect from the signings last season. This year, have patience, have faith, and I would say that if we do pluck these players out of nowhere, which most likely we will, because it's what Celtic have to do, it is going to be hit or miss. But judging off last season, I have a feeling we're going to get a few more hits than misses. Let's just hope it doesn't kind of age like Lennon's transfers did, you know, when we did get into the Baldy and Pookie such territory and Dirk Berichter. Hopefully it doesn't get into that sort of territory. I don't think it will. This is the 10 in a row year. We need to go out and pick players that we actually have an intent to play. they're not. I don't think we're going to stockpile in the club. I think we've got a starting 11 basically right now, which is good enough to win the 10. We just need to improve in the positions we are losing out on. Like, we're losing El Yunusi, we're losing Foster. I think from this window, what to expect is big money on one player and then maybe 1 or 2 signings, and that'll do. John Kennedy has already came out and said we're only looking to make 3, max 4 signings. And I do have a firm faith that one of them will be Fraser Forster, and that could be the hefty sum of money going on him straight away. So to expect from this window is build on the success of last year. Bring in players who are going to get what it's about, who are going to fit in and improve the first team. The signings that we've seen nothing from, like Klamala, don't stockpile. Don't get money spent on players that are going to be in that sort of position, because ultimately it gives us a reason to moan at the board, it gives us a reason to moan at Lennon, and we don't want that. We want positivity within this season. So I think if the money is there, spend it big on the likes of Fraser Forster. Try and get El Yunusi back on some sort of deal. Look at these players first of all. I think that is the concern, but in and around that, we are going to have to experience players we don't know. I mean, there's already the rumours starting. I think there was a guy from somewhere in Serbia or something on the news the other day, and we probably will sign players like that, as long as it's adding quality. What we should learn from last year is we need the quality every year, because Julian, for example, has just brought a completely different dimension to the game, I believe. I feel like our defence has been the best it's been in years. I've said it time after time after time again. I think him and I are a solid partnership. So go for those sort of players. Let's not do our Rangers and go for Charlie Adam, who's dropping hints at maybe returning. Don't do that. Let's leave out... I mean, last year, we were quick to judge at the likes of him bringing Foster back. That one, different story. Goalkeeper, they get better with age. Don't look at those sort of players, Celtic. Let's go. Let's get these guys. Let's get our Julians. Let's get our Frimpongs. I think young players are probably the way to go. It seems there is a sort of thing at the club now. We look for players under the age of, say, 23, 24 and try and develop them in. But once again, we've got a lot of young players at the club already who have came through the systems that will probably have to wait for their chances because of these sort of signings. So it is a really weird window. I don't think we should go over and above. I don't think we should do too much. As I said, I think the team is pretty much perfect. This is a 10-0 winning side. So how many changes do you actually have to make? It'll be an interesting window. I'm hoping for more rumours coming out soon because I need videos. So hopefully over the next few days we get something. This has just been a kind of time filler sort of thing. So if you haven't enjoyed, I'm sorry. But if you have, like and subscribe. Please do that. Anyway, I'll see you all next time.